Facebook Live. I'm sure that we're Facebook Live already. I have to babysit you, Facebook. Zuckerberg, we better get your stuff together. You need to pay me for babysitting Facebook. It says that we're live half the time and we're not. But today, let's be positive. Today we have somebody I really know. I've talked to him many times on Facebook and Messenger, and I've met him and hung out with him a little in New York City. He's hysterical. Oh my gosh, I saw him kill in New York City, and he's the greatest guy ever. There's something so special about him, and I just want you guys to meet him and get to know him. And I want you to book him. If you're a club owner, you know who you are. A booker, you know who you are. Listen to this guy. He's dope. He's so cool. So today we have Orlando Wimbush. Welcome, Orlando. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you, Linda. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. That light behind you makes your face almost not even visible, and I did not notice it till there. That's perfect right there. There we go. Hey, what's going on in Ohio?
Oh, everything, the pandemic, everything just slowed up.
Yes.
So just can't wait to hit the stages again.
Are things starting to open up for you, Orlando?
Yes, restaurants are starting to open up and everything. The comedy club started to open up in July. They're gonna have their first show and everything. So I just can't wait to get back in the groove of things.
Yes, indeed. So many of the comics are just feeling exactly that same way. Have you done any Zoom shows, Orlando?
No, I haven't. I've just been busy working and just keeping myself, out of the way.
Yes, holy Toledo.
Spending more time with family and friends.
Absolutely.
With the whole COVID thing, it just brings you closer together, as far as with your family and everything.
Yes. So do you think that the COVID scenario made you a better family person?
Oh, yes. Because I've been a busy person, with running my own business. I have a little cleaning business and just working that and promoting and stuff. I was a comic and a promoter and just booking shows for comics and stuff like that. And so I was just like super busy, but things happen and it slowed everything down. So, you miss the entertainment, you miss the stage and everything.
Yes.
And the interaction with, because through it all, we all need comedy. We all need to laugh, Everybody's always is going through something, stressed out, just, with this time going on and stuff. So,
Yes.
I'm glad things is getting back together.
Me too. We have little clubs that are starting back in Vegas. I'm in Vegas now, in case you didn't know that.
Right.
Yeah. And so what?
How's Vegas?
I love it here. The comedy community, they couldn't be any better to me.
Okay. I'm about to get out there.
Please do. We'll hang out.
Yes.
Yeah. You'll have to come, and I'll give you a list of people that book shows. You probably know them all anyway, but if you need any tips, I'll give them to you gladly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't did no shows in Vegas yet, so that's on my bucket list.
Oh, it's so dope here. People come here from all over to laugh.
Okay. I just got back from Tennessee, and Tennessee is really picking up as far as the comedy entertainment industry.
Really?
Yes. Nashville is really big now. Comedy is taking off in Nashville big time.
That's cool to hear.
I'm looking to start getting some shows and booking some shows there.
So right now, today, Orlando, do you have booked shows on the books that they know for sure are going to happen anywhere?
Not yet, because everybody's not running 100% yet. And, with the whole social distance thing, I don't know how they're going to do it and everything, but hopefully by July, August, you know, each state is different. Everybody's taking their time. So
It's crazy times we're living in, I'll tell you.
I just don't know if you know, with people scared with this whole COVID thing, if it's going to be the same.
Right.
You know, I don't know how they're going to do that as far as the social distance. Are they only allow so many people on there? I mean, how they going to do it for stage and stuff? Is it going to be farther apart from the audience? I mean, it's kind of hard to tell now. Is it ever going to be the same?
I did a mic down on Fremont Street last night, and the people were all around the perimeter by the doorway. And by the time I got done with a 5 or 10 minute set, there were only 6 or 7 comics that showed up. So we got a lot of time. And by the time I was done, I was perspiring because I was like, in order to connect with people, you can't do it like they're in the front row anymore. You got to work to the back of the room because that's where they are.
Exactly.
So you got to bring like all kind of, gestures and, blah, and you in the back, and all
you gotta throw
that.
your hands up and all kinds of stuff, But
yeah.
And hopefully everybody could see, because it's very important to be animated and be able to make that eye contact. Everything,
Yeah.
So I just don't know how everything's going to pan out, but people is going to run to comedy now because everybody's been cooped up in their house. People need entertainment and people need to laugh.
Yes. I think that comedy should be essential.
Exactly. I do too.
And I think somebody is deciding that it's not essential because it has something to do with freedom of speech.
Wow.
It's like a little bit suspicious there, you guys. You better back off the freedom of speech.
Exactly.
But enough for the politics. But getting back to politics, what a crazy world we've had where we have not treated people of color equally in America. And finally, the millennials are doing something about it and they're not going to stop. So I'm glad to see the uprising finally.
Yes.
And I hope it doesn't stop.
It's just crazy. I mean, this stuff been going on for a while, and now they just now doing something about it, which I'm glad. But it been swept underneath the rug for so long, and this ain't new. Everything that's going on in this world is not new at all.
No.
It's just we all need to stick together and speak up as one to get something done. And it shouldn't take somebody getting killed. I mean, there's several people that got killed, but it shouldn't take that for people to realize, hey, let's all stick up together so something can be done. Because it's getting out of hand, and I feel that it's about to get worse.
Yeah.
And then the racism is just, it's going back to times now, and it's just so bad right now.
I don't care who unfriends me, but if you think you're better than anybody who's of color, a different color than you, I don't care if you're purple. If you think you're better than somebody who's green, get to stepping. I don't need you in my life. You're not better than nobody.
Exactly.
None of us are any better than anybody else.
No.
This is about time that people stand in the way of harm's way for people of color in America. Shame on you, America.
It's getting bad, and like we all need to stick together and stand up, like, right is right, wrong is wrong.
Yeah.
And we need to just speak our mind, and it should have been happened. We should have been did this.
That's right.
It should never went this far
ever. I really, really, really cannot imagine how horrible it is to be a person of color in America. I can't imagine, I sat and just dwelt on it for not even an hour one night, and I was bawling. I couldn't take it. 1 hour just thinking about it and not even being it.
It's not fair, Some people have to fight harder than others to get jobs or to get, even in the comedy even in comedy world too, believe it or not,
I believe it.
there is separation. You know, you can't get in certain places to perform because of your color, you know,
What?
and everything. Yeah, even in comedy, believe it or not, certain clubs you won't be able to get in just because who you are. You know, not looking at how funny you are or whatever, but everybody looks, you know, it's an individual thing. Don't get me wrong, but it still relates to color.
Well, I think that we ought to know who those clubs are and we ought to boycott them. I think that's what needs to happen in the comedy community. So we need to out those clubs. And us white people who are so damn privileged need to give up those gigs until they say, okay, I'll be equal, I'll play equal.
And a lot goes on, especially in like Indiana, Indianapolis, Indiana, certain spots, you know, it just, no matter how good you are, you know, it's just, they try to keep out, you know, certain people.
You know,
It's not right. They don't treat us all equal and fair.
no, my, you know, I lived in a bubble growing up because my parents went through the Holocaust,
Okay.
right? That only lasted from 1938 to 1945. So we don't have anything to complain about. And I'm not trying to make a big deal out of what we went through compared to how blacks have been treated in America. I'm not. But I'm just saying, my parents were very sensitive to you are not going to think you're better than anybody, right?
Right.
But so I was blind to it because they were so against it. I wasn't aware. So still I had some kind of stupid white privilege because I wasn't in your shoes and I was blind to it. So it doesn't matter if you're white, you are white privileged in one way or another. And I don't want privilege anymore. I don't want to be, you know, like if you're in a family and your parents love one child more than the other, it hurts.
Yes.
It hurts. It should hurt everybody. It should make the person that gets more love feel bad. If you're a real human, if you're getting more attention than your brother or sister, you should feel bad for your brother or sister. And that's the same thing with racism.
Exactly. Because, you know, it's just taking sides and one feel better, you know, better than the other, or she's better than you, he's better than you because he went to college, or you're not going to amount to nothing, you know, because this and that. And it's just stereotype. It's all stereotype.
Such stupidity to judge a person based on a color of skin instead of the humanity inside the heart. You know how much love we're losing out on receiving when we do that?
A lot.
A lot. You know, it's all going to come to bite people in the behind too, because karma is the bee. Karma, they're going to get their karma, but it doesn't make it any easier to deal with it. So let's transition to who you are growing up. At some point, somebody had to tell you you should be a comic or you're so funny.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your roots in that.
Okay. Well, you know, I was always a class clown and stuff, so I started off in school and stuff. My mom didn't think that was funny at the time, you know. I was always doing silly stuff, you know, making the teacher even laugh. Like they couldn't even punish me, send me to the office. They called my mom, but they was like, he is just so silly, you know. I used to mock the teacher all the time and just make little stuff. But then I didn't realize like what was going on or what I was doing. My mom personally was like, you know what? Me and my mom is real close and we just laugh all the time and stuff. Just little things, you know, not you trying to be funny or nothing. It's just natural stuff that you do that it's just like, you know what? You need to be a comic. So after a while that she told me that you need to try comedy, you need to try comedy. One day I got the nerve to go to an open mic and get in this competition. I was nervous too because you had to bring 5 people.
The first time you went to open mic competition?
Yes.
Holy crap.
I had to try it. I had to try it. You know, I wanted to try it out. So I tried amateur night out And I didn't know nothing about comedy, writing, or anything like that. So what I did was I told a little bit about my little high school things that happened in high school and stuff. And I had to invite 5 people. So I was trying to figure out 5 people that I have to see again if I'm not funny, you know? So I invited some co-workers and they came. I'm like, I'm in the back sweating bullets. Like, oh my God, what about if I stink? You know, like I got to hear about it tomorrow at work. So they called my name, and I think I was talking about, you know, how people used to mess up my name. The coach used to embarrass me. You know, my last name is Wimbush. And you say, get out there, Wish Bish, Wishbone, whatever your name is. You know, it's just, you know, just stories and stuff I used to tell, or, you know, things that um, I used to have to wear to school when I asked my mom to buy me the new latest clothes and stuff, like the Stonewash jeans back in the day. And she put a pair of jeans in the washing machine and put some bleach on them and bleached my jeans. She said, there's your Stonewash. You know, it's just little things, you know, because my mom used to sew a lot. So, you know, I used to like all the FUBU and stuff like that. And I remember one day that she tried to make me a FUBU, but she spelled the words backwards and I didn't realize it. And I put the sweatshirt on and they's like, why did your sweatshirt say boo-foo, you know? And it was supposed to say FUBU. And I was like, you know, and so things like that, you know, it landed me on stage and stuff. So I, you know, I started telling stories, you know, about my childhood and stuff like that. And I killed it. I killed it on my first time, but I was embarrassed because as I was doing my set, the microphone had fell out, the bottom of it fell out, and I was still going and stuff, but nobody could hear me. And I sat there for a minute. I had to wait for them to put the microphone. It was a raggedy microphone. They had to tape it back together and stuff with electric tape and stuff. And I'm sitting there and everybody looking at me on stage and stuff. It was like, and I picked back up where I left off at. You know, I transitioned, I picked back up and I kept on going. And everybody was like, "Hey, it was like you was funny." It's like we like the way how you picked back up. You know what I'm saying? After you dropped the microphone and it fell apart, and they had to doctor it back up and give it to you. Now I only had 2 minutes left, and it was a competition, but I was the first one got picked, and therefore I said, "Well, maybe this is my calling." And you know, I started coming back and stuff, but I felt like it wasn't working fast enough for me because I could never make it out of the competition. And it was because I was new there. So he wanted me to keep bringing more people in. And that's when I met somebody out of St. Louis and told me that I could promote my own shows and everything. And I transitioned and started doing that because I wanted to help comics not only be able to get on stage more, you know, like even if they start off at a major comedy club, but you really don't get nowhere for a couple years because you're inexperienced, you're not experienced enough to host a show. They want you to do like a year or something. Don't matter if you're funny or not. I wanted to give that opportunity to comics to be able to go any bar and say, hey, I want to put on a comedy show, and for me to be able to book shows. And that's how I started off. I zoomed in from comic to hosting my own shows and running my own shows, and it just started picking up from there. And I started putting comics on that's been in the game longer than me. I was only in the comedy world for like 6 months, and I started doing my own thing. And then my name blew up from there. I started I started a little company called Silly Comedy Entertainment, and it
Do you
went from
still
there.
have that company?
Yes, I still has it. I'm ready to grow it. It's been on standstill for a minute. We doing some things. We want to do some things bigger and better. And when I'm ready, I'm gonna put it out there, start booking comics and stuff. And I'm gonna give you guys before I leave how you guys can find me and everything, as far as my links and stuff, and Silly Comedy on Facebook. I'm gonna give you guys all that. I want to start getting back into booking shows and stuff. And this is the time right now that everybody needs a laughter. Companies need entertainment to bring the crowd back in and everything. And it was just something I love to do.
Will you
Not only
please
that I
type?
love performing, but I love getting comics to the next level where they deserve and paying them what they deserve, because I think we get shortchanged out here. Working at
Absolutely.
some of these clubs and stuff. You know, you perform and they give you a basket of chicken wings and $5. You know, they don't even cover your gas getting there. You know, but I think it's just, and I wanted to move fast, and I worked hard, and I started networking all over, and you know, when I met you, you know, I was already booking shows.
Yes, you were.
Broadway, and then Dangerfield Comedy Club, you know, and I just moved around from there. I did plenty of shows here, all over Ohio, New York, Atlanta. You know, I just started just moving around, and I started meeting comics too. So each state I do a comedy at, I put them on the show and give them the opportunity.
That's super. So one of the things that I've noticed, a headliner asked me for a 15, 20-minute video of myself. She was looking for a clean host. And I didn't have, she wanted it in front of a live audience to prove that my material could sustain laughter for 15 or 20 minutes. And I didn't have 15 or 20-minute proof. So I went around asking people if I could have 15 or 20 minutes. Well, it's hard to do when you're open mic to guest spots to get anyone to let you.
Exactly.
So I was trying to open up my own mic that was going to be a 15, 20-minute mic, but I just don't have the energy to do it. But if anybody's out there, I think that's a wonderful avenue where you can minister to the needs of comics to get them to the next level. Because this 3-minute, 5-minute here and there, and then piece it
Not
together
enough.
and hope it works.
It's not enough. And then you can't get into clubs like that. Like if you're trying to either book as a host at a major comedy club to get your name out there, they only give you enough time. And that's the thing. And that's another reason I wanted to start doing my own thing too. So I can get my own time. I could do much time as I want. That's the only way you're gonna learn, is just keep getting back on the stage. It's just keep getting time in, keep putting that time in, you know, and just putting your name out there. I use social media a lot too, you know, and that's another way you could just spread your name, put stuff on social media, tape your shows and stuff, you know, let everybody see it live and stuff so they could come to the next show. But yeah, it's very big, you know, to networking is really big. You know, that's how you're going to get your name out there or get booked or everything. You got to network.
Will you do me a big favor today and send me everywhere people can find you and all the things you're doing? Like type it on Messenger so I can cut and paste it and put it on this post.
Okay. Yes.
I would appreciate that so much, Orlando. Before we go, I have a couple teaser questions. They're like thinker questions.
Uh-huh.
So I would like to know, I asked you how the whole shutdown is making you a better human.
Yep.
Have I asked you that yet? I don't think I asked you, did I?
Yes.
I did. Okay. So the other thing I want to know is, what would you like to say to inspire people to be better humans in these crazy times in America? I want your opinion of what other people other than your community of Black people, what can you say to inspire non-Black people to be better humans to Black people?
Don't never let nobody tell you that you're not worth nothing. Never feel less than a person. Never let nobody put you down. You could be anybody you want to be. You could do whatever you want to do. Put your mind to it. And don't feed into all this racism. Don't feed into none of this stuff. Just do you and keep doing you and stay out the way and strive to be better than the next person. Work extra hard, stay out of trouble, and have a positive attitude. There's too much negative energy going around here. Got to bring the positive energy to people.
Yes.
You know, and uplift people. Always say nice things, uplift people. You never know if somebody's having a bad day. So say something that put a smile on people's face.
Look for ways to love each other and to support each other and bring each other to another level.
Yes, support is very important, and we don't get enough of that. We don't get, hey, you know what? You've been doing a great job. Hey, you know what? I've been following you. Hey, you know what? Even at work or something, hey, you know what? You've been doing a great job at work. We appreciate you. And a lot of times people need to know that you're appreciated. Sometimes we need to hear that. We need to hear that, to keep going, keep the faith. Because this day and age, there's a lot of people that's stressed out and depressed. Depression is really big right now.
Really big.
Really big. So we got to find ways to stay positive and feed off one another and give positive energy back. And we can all beat this depression. The state that we living in, all this depression, we all can beat it. But let's stop putting people down. Let's stop putting ourselves down, and let's work together to get to the next level.
Yes.
It doesn't matter about who's ahead of one another. We all gonna eat. We all gonna get a piece of the pie. Let's just work together. Stop worrying about the next person. Stop worrying about the next man. Just stay in your lane and do what you do best, and everything will work out.
Absolutely. And don't ignore things that are wrong. Stand up for what's right. If you see something wrong going up, be brave.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Orlando. Don't you have a podcast? Something
I
about
don't have a podcast. Everybody say I should get one. I'll just be so busy and stuff, but my goal is to get to the radio. To co-host the radio station. My major was broadcast, TV and broadcasting. I'm gonna pursue that so I could take comedy to the next level, and that's my focus right now is TV and to not only just to get the comics to the stage, but I want to get them to the screen. Even if I have to build my own TV channel, I'm thinking bigger in 2020, bigger than the stage. I want to. People now are staying home with all this COVID, so hopefully they're gonna be watching us on TV, and that's my goal is to get us to the screen now. Instead of the stage, we want to get to the screen.
Yeah, that's awesome. If anybody can do it, you can, because you're so positive and you're such a great positive light. When I met you, I said, that guy's special. There's a lot of people you meet, and then you meet the special one. Book him, you guys. He's special. Thank you for coming on, Orlando Wimbush.
Thanks for having me, Linda.
And don't forget to send me all your places where people can find and support you, please.
Okay, sounds good. I will.
And anytime you have an upcoming appearance, Orlando, or anything you want to plug, let me know. You need 5 minutes to plug something.
I will. We'll be getting started soon. I might start in Nashville and work my way up. But yeah, I'm trying to open up cities right now. Like I said, I'm gonna start from the stage to the screen. That's my goal, to take comics to the next level. That's been out here for a while, just haven't gotten noticed, and I want to get them to the screen.
That's so cool. Gives me chills. Have a great one. Thank you so much for all that you do for the comedy community. You're doing a great job.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Love you lots.